Hello, everyone! Welcome to Kahaaniyaan on Huetopia. I was about to say it the other way around. Welcome to Huetopia on Kahaaniyaan. And I just did that right now. Uh, welcome to our first episode of Season 2. Before we get into introductions with all our players, new and returning, I am so excited for this. We have, for this particular season, we're going to be using Monster of the Week, and we'll get into some of that as we play and as we introduce and everything. Uh, yeah, I'm excited to see how it all pans out. And let's quickly have our player introductions. Uh, let's just start clockwise from our screen. Let's hear. Hello, Connie. Introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Connie. My pronouns are they, he, and she. I will be playing Wu Ming, the professional on Kahania. Outside of Kahania, you can find me on Twitter at by Connie Chong. I also run and executively produce for Transplanar RPG, which is an all transgender, people of color led, 100% homebrewed Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition live stream actual play campaign set in an original non colonial anti Orientalist world. And we stream Saturdays at 3 p.m. US Central Time. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, follow us on Twitter at Transplanar RPG and myself by Connie Chang. And should we continue going clockwise?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is Bashir.
Yes, I am Bashir Gauss. I am a freelance writer and game designer and cultural consultant in tabletop RPGs. I've done work for Kobold Press, Rowan Rook and Deckard, Paizo, and a bunch of other companies and projects, a lot of which I can't talk about yet. In addition to creating my own works, I've got some exciting stuff coming out over the next year or so, and as I am legally able to talk about those, I will start talking about them at the start of our streams. But I'm thrilled to be here. Kupo.
Hey everybody, my name is Kupo. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing Haiti, the Snoop, whose pronouns are also they, them. You can find me on my Twitch stream. I'm a variety streamer at Kupo_night, KUPO_night, KNIGHT. And you can also follow me on Twitter at KupoNight, KUP0, KNIGHT. And the last but not least, Morgan, the Divine.
Yes, hello. I am Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her interchangeably. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bezos. You can find me here on Huetopia a lot with Game at a Glance, my Kids on Broom show that will be premiering next Saturday.
What's it called?
Donuts and Duels.
Donuts?
It has a name. I keep calling it Kids on Broomskin because that's what I'm so used to calling it now. But it's Donuts and Duels next Saturday. You can find me on a load of other streams. It's easier just to follow me on Twitter. Like, that's just it. I'm also a small-time writer, safety consultant for some game design. I do a lot. I appreciate a lot. I have a lot of love. Anywho, I'll be playing Nira, the Divine. We'll get more into that later. But yeah. Mariam, take us away.
Yeah, and I am Mariam, the Keeper, which is, for those who are not familiar to Monster of the Week, is the GM facilitator of this game. With that, I believe we will start off with our character introductions, but we're going to start it in-game. Let me set the scene for all of you. So you are all in this kind of muggy, really hot and humid marsh swamp area. You're all here for various reasons that we'll get into in a little bit. But currently, you all are dealing with this gigantic creature that can only be described as a humongous crocodile that is snapping away at you. As you all decide how you're gonna tackle it, we're gonna tell me what you're doing in this scene, This is a hostile situation, and definitely combat is on the table. But tell me what you're doing, and also tell me a little bit about your character's physical appearance and why and what your character's thinking. Who would like to go first?
I can go first. I don't mind.
Sure.
Sure. So in the middle of this swamp, we just hear a as we see like a stag, a large stag, like rear up on its hind legs, and sort of like pawing at the air with its hooves, almost like kind of scared, looking at this monster thrashing around in the swamp. And then we hear a whoa, whoa, as we see like maybe like the camera pans or whatever. Like we see someone like on the back of the stag, like holding on to these like leather reins. This is Wu Ming. She is a woman of middling height, but she's got bulging muscles and short, like sort of shaved hair. A very striking, sharp face, and the part about her that stands out immediately to everyone who sees her is three nasty, like claw marks on her like left bicep, like a huge monster tore into her. She's currently wearing like leather armor that's like showing her ripped arms. She's going, whoa, whoa, Boog, it's okay, it's all right. And Boog sort of hears this and like goes back down, but like snorting a little bit in fear, looking at this alligator. And is everyone else also around?
Yeah, we'll get into this. Is sort of a imagine Guardians of the Galaxy moment, you know, the initial starting of like the second movie where they're all fighting some monster and they're all kind of showing off. So this is right now focused on what are you doing?
Yeah, she takes out there's a bow strapped to her back, like a composite recurve bow. She, as soon as she has like Boog under control, she drops the reins, draws the bow, and like takes out this like arrow with like a colorful feather on the back, and draws a bead on this creature, and lets loose.
Yeah, and I would say a couple of them, like as you're maybe shooting a couple of them get onto the hide, and they're basically toothpicks.
It's like ding ding. Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
it's
like going
ding,
like
ding.
one after the other. Yeah, yeah.
And kind of just opens its mouth and roars at you. Like it could easily take you in the horse hole, your stag hole, with one chomp. And gets distracted and turns and looks at someone else. Who would like to go next?
I think this is a great point for Carnane to show up. So kind of in the distance, in the fog, there is this tall and kind, like, though he's tall, he's kind of squat in build, bit of a paunch, very looming figure with light brown skin and red chidden kind of growing over him, relatively patchwork, mostly around his upper torso and his face, and especially around his neck. His eyes are more or less black. His mouth is too wide and full of needle-like fangs and a forked tongue, more reminiscent of a lizard than anything, say, human. And he's kind of looking at this thing and looking back at Wu Bing and looking at the giant crocodile and goes, "Well, I guess if I have to." And he starts lumbering forward unarmed, and his arm kind of splits open in revealing more of this chidden that this chitin that comes out and extends until it's this enormous spike that he kind of pulls out. His hand comes back together and he's wielding it as a spear more than anything. And he kind of just leaps towards, and I'm tempted to say into this thing's mouth, kind of not all that worried about the possibility of being swallowed whole.
All right. As you go inside the mouth, there's like this slight gag as like the monster, this crocodile, this massive crocodile was not expecting someone to willingly walk in, and it gets a little taken aback when who would like to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
So, you see someone kind of in like this metaphorical corner, just kind of like hunching back, trying to figure out what to do. This person has sand-colored, like short cropped hair, kind of mussy, but they have a long tail that kind of goes down towards the back. They're wearing pretty fashionable, but like comfortable type of clothing. They have a like a sleeveless shirt with a high neck top. They wear like these long sleeves that kind of cover their arms all the way up to their right below the shoulder, and they're wearing loose baggy pants, and they have very like kind of dark amber colored eyes, and they're kind of looking around, seeing the monster, and just kind of taking deep breaths, and then right beside them they have like this you see them look at this kind of this it's a creature. It looks like a butterfly, but it's kind of shining brightly and kind of flickering around them, and they're like, okay, shot's looking good. Okay, let's do this. And then they just start running towards the monster. And then you see they have this kind of stick that has this like round bulb on the top. It's a microphone. And they just start oddly enough, they start randomly asking yelling questions at the at the beast or creature, and is just like, hey, so hey, Haiti over here, you don't you know what, I've never seen a creature before, like what do you eat, what do you do? And like, of course, like just trying, it's also as a distraction for everyone, but also they really want to know like the information.
All you hear is like this muffled grunt and like her. Um, at the same time that Carnane has just run right into its maw. And Nira, what are you doing?
So Nira steps up, and as soon as she walks up, she's like, Haiti, I don't think that's the time right now. And as she says that, she's gonna like wave her hand around to like, because we're in water, right? Or near water,
We're
or
near
some sort of.
water. I would say it's like ankle deep, like kind of like muddy, squishy, like when something's just been rained, but like all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna say that this woman stands next to Haiti, and is a fairly tall woman. She's about 6 feet tall, with flowing dark blue hair, light blue skin with pink accents on her scales that you can see on her face and her arms. Wearing a white kurti with blue and pink accents on it, and like a purple scarf around her neck. And then you see her reach into like and her hand disappears in nothing, and then comes back out with a silver thing about this big, where she flicks her wrist, and a silver trident appears as it just extends, and she twirls it around, and she's like, I think we need to handle the situation before we go any further. And she just sort of like runs in and tries to like use some water magic to like hopefully like, just make it do a barrel roll and like get it on its back.
Okay. As the water starts splishing and splashing and kind of you're working your magic, we're gonna do a bit of a transition into splishing and splashing, and now it is the water, the sea that is kind of splashing onto a dock in a city far away from this marsh. And we kind of Nira, I feel like you might be here. And this is maybe a week ago now, since. And as you are, what do you usually do if you're near the docks?
Well, I go swimming, of course. But that's usually just me and who I am. But if I'm not going swimming, then I usually just sitting there and just sort of watching the waves, watching the people. I had to get to know who the people are, so I had to watch them.
Yeah. So as you're people watching and kind of maybe going perhaps into a meditative state, you feel what can only be described as a large disturbance in the force. You're not quite sure what, where, and how, but you feel it, and you feel it in a particular direction.
Well, that's not normal. And I think she's gonna like turn and look in that direction, and eventually just get up and start walking in that general direction.
Yeah. And we now kind of quickly go over to Wuming. You've been called in by your boss. What's your boss's name?
Let's call her. Is Snow a weird name?
No, Snow's fine.
Let's do it.
All right. I was otherwise going to ask you what your favorite food was, and they'd be the name of the food. Your pick.
I was gonna be like stir-fried tomato and egg. Hello, Sir Egg.
Well, if you want
Yes.
it to be Sir Egg, we can make it Sir Egg.
I'm done with Snow. It feels a little bit more serious. Cold.
Okay. All right. So you're in the office, and Snow sits you down and tosses over a file of papers and says, "Okay, so I think this might be kind of your thing. So, you like doing all that spooky stuff. This might be up your alley. There's something about a cursed village where the water is dead. And just kind of says, and like, don't think of it as the job that no one else wants. Think of it as an opportunity."
Yes, ma'am. And she takes the dossier, leafs through it quickly, pauses, and says, "Am I alone? Will I have a team with me?"
And there's this very awkward pause and says, "Sure, get whoever you want."
Can I invoke my deal with the agency move here? Or are we like not doing moves yet?
No, you can. This is completely like people can use as many moves as they want now.
Sounds good. So my move is when I deal with the agency requesting help or gear. I'm requesting help specifically for this task. Roll plus sharp. So I will roll plus sharp.
All right.
Let's see. That's 2d6. That is a 1. That is a 5. That's a 6 plus 1. That's a 7. A mixed success. Thank goodness.
Okay.
So yeah. On a 7 to 9, things aren't so great. I might get chewed out by my superiors and there will be fallout, but I'll get what I need for the job.
Okay, yeah, so Snow looks at you and says, "Okay, I mean, yeah, like, sure, since the last debacle, I know it wasn't your fault and other circumstances, but, being the lone survivor kind of looks bad, if you know what I mean."
No, ma'am, it was entirely my fault. I make no excuses.
Oh, well, that makes it easier. Okay, so, just give me the list you need, and I will pass it down the chain. But just we're currently under, well, let's just say a transition period. So, I mean, you'll get what you need, but just try not to ask too much.
A transition period is something going on?
Oh, you didn't know yet.
No. I tend to be away from the office, risking my life to save people.
Yeah. So, our current leader is on a sabbatical. At least that's what we're telling people.
Yes,
But
has been away to focus on their mental health.
yeah, except we don't quite know where they are.
What? They're missing?
Yeah, but that's not your concern right now. Anyways,
Captain Snow, please, you have to assign me to their case.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. You complete this, and I'll put your name up for the team that's gonna go look for them. Deal?
Put my name up. Please, if I can save the person who's responsible for this organization that looks after humanity, I don't know, maybe that can redeem me or something.
Yeah, for that you gotta kind of complete this file I have here. And kind of just taps the file very lightly as they are desperately trying to get out the door.
The job will get done, ma'am, and it will be done with aplomb. But after this, please, you have to put me on that case.
Okay, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Anyways, I gotta go take that call. Bye!
And as soon as Wu Ming's out, she just goes, oh, "What a fool," and walks away.
Yeah. Who do you assemble for your team? We'll assume the resources as you need them, they'll come up. But who are you assembling for this team to go investigate this mystery?
I have a very funny idea, which is that because it's a 7, because I only rolled a 7, maybe she put in a request for a bunch of badass people at the agency, but ends up with this ragtag crew instead.
Yep.
You get the intern and someone a couple days from retirement.
No, just all the interns. All the interns.
Yeah. Literally, it's you get 2 people who literally just 2 days ago graduated from school and are here fresh and bushy eye, what is it?
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, yes. And they say, "Oh boy, it's our new. Oh my god, I've heard so much about you. You were the only one who survived. That was badass."
There are 2
Oh my god, is that
rules.
the scar? And kind of just goes up and kind of pokes it.
Wu Ming slaps their hand away and says very icily, "Listen, kids, there are 2 rules when working under me. 1, don't ask any questions about what happened. And 2, don't get killed."
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, we can die here? They never told me that.
What kind of... Wu Ming stares at them. Have either of you killed before?
I mean, I accidentally stepped on a duckling when I was 4.
Oh my god. Wu Ming's just gonna go, "You know what? Forget it. Just stay behind. Say you went. I'm going alone." You'll get in the way.
Okay. We'll take your mail for you, maybe? Okay, you're gone already. Fine.
Yeah, she's out of there. She's on Boog, on the stag, and again gone.
Now, Haiti. What does your normal day look like?
They get up pretty late but that could be considered late by other standards like Wu Ming. But they kind of it's pretty casual, and as soon as they get ready, they make sure it's camera ready for their when they stream their information out. But usually if they don't have something to film. They are kind of going about the town or wherever they're at just to gain information, just talking to people, seeing what the local there's any local mysteries or local legends going around, things like that. Just chumming with people.
Okay, so as you're kind of scanning the feeds, so to speak, you come across a story of like very tabloid style kind of thing of you know my wife got eaten by a gigantic monster, or those sort of things, like I saw Nessie sort of type stories. And the thing that catches the attention of this is uh overnight our fish died, our water is dead. And it lists a village called Makara, which is kind of on the maybe about a couple of hours away from the outskirts of Goldak. It's nearby, but it's like not close either from like downtown Goldak, which is the
Sorry,
city
can I-
you are all in.
Sorry, can I have the name of that town again?
Makara, so Makara.
Okay. So they're kind of flipping through, kind of seeing all these and just like, nope, looks at one and just like, no. And then sees that one and just going, snaps their fingers and that one. And like, that looks like a good hit, huh? Hold on. I kind of forgot the name of it. I kind of... And well, oh, sorry, gamekeeper. I forgot how to pronounce. Is it Hatimatim?
Hatimatim team.
Hatimat-
Yes.
Okay, so they look towards their
Have you named the creature?
Well, despite being like this they haven't really decided a name yet, because deep down Haiti feels that both parents should have a say in this. So right now they just call the creature they just call Tim because
Tim.
they're not sure. So they're like, that looks like a good lead, Tim. And Tim kind of just chirps and Haiti takes that as acquiescence. So it's like,
would you like to describe what Tim looks like?
So, oh my god, I kind of forgot. I didn't write in my notes what Tim looks like. It's a bird. It's a bird type creature, that's for sure.
With horns.
I'm automatically thinking, yes.
And hatches from an egg.
Yes, I knew that part. I just details. But yes, I'm the best parent. But yeah, what I'm imagining is well, for those Final Fantasy fans, like a bird type, chocobo type, but with like 2 horns growing. And right now, they're kind of like, well, Haiti considers them as a baby, but they're like pretty big, but like
they're like
small
a
enough
big-ish
that
owl size.
Yeah.
Even though they're like a fledgling.
Yeah, still considered a fledgling, like a baby, but definitely will still be on Haiti's shoulder from time to time, and Haiti will coddle them regardless. So so after that agreement, or getting the approval from Tim wanders off and tries to see how they can get there to Makara.
Yeah. Carnane, what do you normally do in the day?
So let's see. During the day, I of course, but he spends a lot of time either A, figuring out what he's doing today, kind of wandering around town, or B, what he's probably doing right now, which is crashing at his summoner's house, causing a lot of problems, and eating food, and seeing if seeing if Hades' stream has started yet, so that he can watch that. Which crashing the stream is a significant portion of what he does for entertainment. The rest of what he does for entertainment is, of course, causing problems for Salim, the guy who claims to own the house that he's living in. Neither of which are concepts that he recognizes.
And is Salim the summoner as well?
Yes, Salim is the summoner, who, you know, like, I think roughly Hades' age, so like early 20s, kind of down on his luck, guy with a minor interest in the occult, who now has, you know, a self-proclaimed Prince of the Apocalypse, crashing on his couch, eating junk food, and generally making a mess. There's kind of a, like, across the table, there's kind of a spread of stuff either from like Salim's food stores or that he just kind of grabbed overnight. One of the benefits of not being able to sleep, it doesn't matter what the security is, you just show up when there isn't someone who's gonna object, and then you grab whatever you're looking for. You know, a horse, leftover food, some of the fried stuff. It's a pretty good spread that would probably register as garbage to pretty much anyone else. But he's having fun. He's enjoying it. He's eating. My question is, what do people like? We established that there's kind of magical streaming going on. What do people watch those on?
I think that given that we'd had established prior to the stream that broadcast, sort of like we're talking TV and streaming and things like that, is fairly experimental and new, that similar to the little butterfly drone thing that Haiti has, there's a similar kind of receiver shaped in a similar way where you can push a button and it kind of hologram projects it.
Excellent. So there's like one of these receivers on the table, and Cardane's kind of like looking at it and he's poking at
Which
it.
Salim
as
could
he's
never
stuffing his
afford.
face.
This is something
Yep.
you've definitely taken.
Yes. And after a bit, he just kind of looks over and yells, Salim! Salim! You need to turn on the thing. You need. I don't know how it works. You need to turn on the thing.
Salim sighs with a grunt and kind of walks over. Doesn't even look at the receiver. Just kind of pushes a button like it's a very practiced move, and then shuffles off back to wherever he was, and you hear a little sob and a cry.
You're welcome! And it kind of turns on, and he's lounging back, and he's kind of, I think, looking for Hades' stream to see if it's on, and mostly kind of going through more or less random news sources and shows. And let's see.
At this point, I think let's bring Haiti back in. What do you think you'd be streaming at this point?
I would be streaming. Haiti tries to keep it like as personal as possible. Tries, it's all about the community. So they're about to go on stream, but they're going to basically record their process and I mean, should I just start the stream, or am I just giving you an idea, Bashir? Okay.
It's between the two of you. You're crashing the stream at some point.
And then based on that, he's going to kind of come, oh yeah, I'm going to show up, and decide to wander off, and he'll show up at a dramatically appropriate time or a comedically appropriate time.
You can either get into it as if you're doing it, or you can just broad strokes describe what you're doing.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll get into it. So Haiti tries to find like a quiet but pretty scenic area to start streaming, and
would it be perhaps a dock where a certain
why yes, actually, the water is always scenic. It's a nice bright day. Why not? Perfect. So there's an area of the dock that it's pretty chill. Just you can just hear the water lapping. The butterfly is out, kind of taking different angles, and Haiti's just trying to get that shot, and it's just like, okay. Okay, and start recording. And then just starts looking at the butterfly and goes, "Hey, Haitians!" that was nope. Gotta think of another name. Hello, it's me again, Haiti. Guess what, Guess what, viewers? I have a new lead. I thought it was Slim Pickings earlier, but this one seems like a ticker. And Tim Tim can agree, right, Tim Tim? And Tim Tim chirps, but definitely like the bird chirps and just kind of ignores. Okay. Yes, that's right. You agree. And so according to my sources, which is whatever, looks like Makar has been having a little trouble. There seems like some fish have died overnight. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments, or let me know with messages. Personally, if you've heard about something like this, or if you have any information, I would totally appreciate you, and I'll definitely give you a shout out. And then kind of just goes on and on.
And Nira, you kind of hear it happening behind you. And that's also when you feel that disturbance in the force when the name Makara comes up.
My ring light disappeared on me, so just FYI, it's still fine.
You look great.
I think. Thanks. Yeah, I think she starts walking that way, and then sort of pauses and looks at Haiti. It just sort of like tilts her head, because you've probably seen Haiti do this a couple times, right?
I would say so, because for now this is kind of their home base, so they've been here for quite a while, because they're trying to start their careers, so to speak. So yeah, you've probably seen me around talking to this butterfly.
Yeah, so she comes over and she doesn't even realize like what the she knows you talk to the butterfly, but she doesn't know what the purpose is for the butterfly or like what you do. And she just comes over, she's like, "Oh, which way's Makar?"
Oh, well, hello, new friend. What's your name? Actually, to be honest, I don't even know, so I need to find out. But hey, what's your name? I'm kind of streaming right now, if you don't mind. If you don't mind being shown to my viewers, and just waves to the butterfly.
Pause real quick. Mariam, we've have connections, so I kind of do know Haiti, right?
Yeah.
So we do know each other.
Sorry.
How well we know each other.
I thought this was a past thing. Okay. Rewind.
Because I had to save you.
Are you still into?
Yeah, I still interrupt.
Yeah, you can literally just end stream. That's what you're somehow you're pretending you don't know her.
Yes, can we do that? I'm just yes, hey, new friend. Why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers? And then just waves at the butterfly.
And then she's just looking at you, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Play, and kind of nudges you. Just, can you play along, please? Please.
Playing along to what? There's no music being played.
Ha ha ha, viewers, I was kidding. This is my dear friend Nira, who just surprisingly just showed up on stream, and we go way back. She saved my life, you know? Anyways, Nira, what's up? How's it going? What did you say about Makara? Do you know anything about Makara? And
who are you talking to?
Nira, I told you. I told you, right? I stream the butterfly. People watch this.
Oh, right, the weird thing. And I think she like gets up in the camera, like.
So right now, Carnane and anyone watching, you just see nostrils, like upward nostrils, like a cat. Nira's blue and pink nostrils.
Wait, Nira, and Katie tries to control the butterfly like away, just so it won't like do that close up and show nostrils, the divine nostrils of Nira,
the elemental nostrils of Nira. She's like, "Oh,
my next art film." The experimental nostrils of Nira.
So yeah, I think she's gonna, once it gets pulled away, she's like, "Oh, was I too close to it? Did I violate its boundaries? I'm sorry."
No. The butterfly has no boundaries. It's fine. It's usually the opposite, where the butterfly goes into other people's boundaries. But that's besides the point. Nira, did you want to talk to me about something, or does it need to be off?
No, you said
Butterfly.
Makara, and you said something about what was going on. Where is it?
It's well, I was kind of was talking to some folks around the corner, and they were mentioning that it's just a town nearby, about the border of.
In which direction?
You point the direction that you know it as, and it is the direction that
way.
you're feeling.
Oh, interesting. There's nothing wrong there. And she's gonna she's gonna turn and start walking in that direction.
Wait! I know that voice. That's, oh, there's nothing there, but there's something. Hey! No, you can't leave it. And just trying to walk and chase Nira, with the butterfly kind of trailing.
Nira's not walking fast at all. She's just doing her usual
saunter
on a mission. Yeah, her usual saunter.
Stop sauntering away.
I feel like it's a good point where perhaps a friend on a stag is starting to gallop in that direction.
Am I passing by the dock where
easily.
I see this shit happening? Okay.
Easily.
Yeah, all right. I am on Boog, and I see the floating butterfly. I see Haiti. I see Nira, and I just go, I tell Boog to slow down. Could you? And I glance at Haiti and Nira, and I say to Haiti, "Is that thing still on?"
Yes, viewers, say hi to Tim's other parents.
No. And Wu-Ming is just going to sort of say, between gritted teeth, turn that thing off or I will destroy it.
Okay. Don't have to be so fussy. Well, folks, you heard the mother. I'll see you all later, and hopefully I'll give you some more information about what's coming up with Makara. So see you then. And then turns off the butterfly, turns around, just pouts at Wu-Ming. Happy now.
Does the butterfly whatchamacallit? Does it just stop, or does it fold up? How does it work? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you all off, but I'm just curious.
No. The butterfly kind of just I just think it just disappears. It kind of just flaps a little bit and then just maybe lands on my hand as a bit of as it's charging down, as a means of charging down, and just blip.
And then you just put it away.
I think Nira's gonna reach out to try to touch it again, and then just disappear. She's like, "Oh, okay, continue. Sorry."
Makara, how did you learn about? And my eyes land on Nira, and I sort of my face sort of clams up a little, and I say, "Haiti, a word in private."
Oh, sure. Nira, don't go sauntering away. Still have questions to ask. And then
I think Nira's sort of looking at Wu-Ming. She's like, "Hello."
Wu-Ming just sort of narrows her gaze. If looks could kill, this wouldn't kill, but it would send a shiver down your spine. It's like I'm watching you.
Fear or anticipation? Oh
God. Well, that's up to you to interpret. Wu-Ming's sending fear vibes, but if you want to shudder in anticipation, it's up to you. Wu-Ming hops off Boog and leashes Boog to a nearby dock post, and Boog starts chomping on some harbor grass, and leads Haiti under the shade of maybe a willow tree nearby, by the bank. Looks around and says, I have a question out of character. Is Wu-Ming aware of the relationship between Haiti and Nira? Or is this news to her?
That is completely up to the characters involved.
What did the two of you think?
That's a Haiti question, because y'all are more connected than I think
Sure.
we are, so.
honestly, since Wu-Ming is very, I guess, professional, I don't see why you wouldn't know about my relationship with Nira. So I would say you would know, but you kind of stay away from, like, you're just
sure. Yeah, that's like your thing.
You.
So
yeah,
just to clarify, Nira saved you from drowning? Was that what that was? Or
yeah, like as you said, the Prince Eric, only better.
Sure, yeah.
I fell off a cliff. I did a thing.
Sure. And did this happen before? Right, it was a total comedy of errors. Did this happen before or after Tim Tim?
I want to say before Tim Tim.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm cool with that.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Wu-Ming just goes, Haiti, you know how I feel about her. She sort of like looks over Hades' shoulder to like look at Nira in the water. She's dangerous, okay? You can't trust her. And like at that moment, is Nira like doing something really adorable? Like when Wu-Ming says that.
Yeah, I think she's actually she actually carries a little seeds in her pocket for like the birds. So she's like feeding the seagulls.
There's something going on with her, and you should stay away.
I look back to see Wu-Ming staring at Nira, just feeding seagulls, and I point and go, her. She's dangerous.
Don't let appearances fool you, Haiti. The kindly old woman who lives across the street from you could turn out to be a serial killing demon, which she did. Mind you, must I remind you of the killers of insert name town here, insert the name of a town here from 2 moons ago.
Of Sweet Street.
Sweet Street. The demon old woman of Sweet Street.
The demon grandma.
The demon granny of Sweet Street. Yes, exactly.
Wu-Ming, you take your job too seriously. Your job is an exception. It's not every day. Nira's fine. Remember, she saved my life. And also, like, here, you need more cuddly things in your life. You haven't said greeted Tim Tim and just gives Tim Tim and then like
Haiti, and she sort of holds Tim Tim at like arm's length and like under the shade of the tree. I thought we agreed to be clandestine about this. Showing Tim Tim on stream? What, to
covers
anyone?
Covers like Tim Tim's ears and goes, how are you insinuating that we are ashamed of our child? And you are saying this in front of Tim Tim?
I insinuate nothing. There are people out there who would take Tim Tim and kill him.
So my question is, are both of you not looking at Tim Tim right now? Like, are you arguing with each other? Like, you've got
I'm totally just like
looking at him.
Maybe we're both like tugging on like one part of Tim Tim. Like we're both holding on to them.
Just kind of jostling.
So I think so I think the moment you kind of look towards him, Carnade's kind of just there and is like giving Tim Tim a chunk of mysterious meat of questionable provenance. And he just goes, hey, Haiti, stream on? Yeah, no, yeah.
Wu-Ming's sword is like halfway out the sheath. Like when you appear. Gods above and below, Carnane. And she like sheaths it. What are you doing here?
Nothing much. How are you doing? Getting over. When did we last? Oh, right, the thing. How are you doing? Having a better day than last time?
I don't know what it is about today, but I wish people would stop bringing up the past. Haiti?
Fair enough. And just kind of gives Tim Tim another piece of mysterious fried meat.
Wait. And like it's already too late, but Hades already trying to like
gobble, like literally. It's adjacent to the beak and it's disappeared.
Hey, it's good.
You know what, Nira? Well, Hades is trying to be the good parent.
And then
what
there's
are
like
you feeding?
a little hiccup and then like a little fire burp.
I mean, it's just if you want to get them to people when they're grown, you have to start on smaller animals.
I've only been feeding them vegetables. Oh no! What?
Carnane,
They've never
Well,
done this
that's not
before.
healthy at all.
Oh, yes,
Carnane, for the sake of your life, I hope that was a joke. Tim will not grow up to be a people killer.
Yes, you're not a people killer.
Yes.
I'm going to be the cutest baby in the world.
Don't stop
Absolutely.
winking at them. And Wuming's gonna like stand protectively in front of Tim and Haiti, just say, I don't have time for such frivolities. I have to be on my way to Makara. Turns to
Wait.
Haiti.
Wuming, you have an assignment there too?
Yes, I won't ask you a second time how. Wait, what do you mean two?
Well, okay, not two, but I grabbed some intel and kind of just flashes the information paper.
Where did you? She tries to go to grab it. Do you like?
Sources.
But that's confidential information. The agency won't. They won't be happy to know you're gonna be sticking your nose into their business again.
Not if you don't tell them. Just like the old time zooming. Come on.
It's already in the newspapers. I mean, like, it's not like, dead water's that rare. All water's dead when you think about it.
What?
But
How
this
did
water
you-
is this water is different. And just Nira appears right behind Haiti. Just sort of like towering over and just like standing there, like all like, with a sweet smile. She's like, there's something different here. And I need to go see what it is. And then she starts sauntering away towards it.
I'm sorry, do all three of you know about this top secret assignment?
Is it
Like
secret if I get a divine feeling for it?
Yeah, I was, watching the stream and Haiti mentioned it and showed the newspaper on the stream, and I figured, hey, that sounds pretty cool.
Hey, this was out in the public market. I was talking to this is totally public information, so you should talk to your
Right.
agency and
That's
Figure
why you
things
can't
out.
share your sources, right? Because it's public information. You know what? If the three of you are going anyway, we might as well go together.
woohoo, group trip.
I think Garnet just pumps a fist, tries to offer Tim another thing,
No.
gives up on it when gives up on it when Haiti pulls him away.
All right. So
Group
it looks
trip!
like group trip. So before we get to your destination, is there anything during the trip you would like to bring up?
I want to have a quick scene with Carnane. I kind of want to have a sidebar.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, excellent.
How are we getting there? Because I'm writing Boog.
I was walking.
I was gonna say
Okay, just
walking unless you decide to do something about it.
Like, we might buy horses. Garnane's isn't making the trip.
Is maybe part of the gear that I might have acquired or have access to, like maybe some
Yeah,
horses for Haiti?
You got 2 horses for your interns who are not coming along for this trip. So there's 2.
Awesome.
There's 2 horses and Boog.
Okay, sounds good. I assume Carnane, because you're kind of like, you're competent, like you can just keep up with walking. Unless there's like a river that goes all the way down there, would Nira have to ride with us?
There's water there. Like, it's kind of convoluted, but sure, you could completely swim there, but
Cool.
I can also just ride with Haiti because I actually want to have a conversation with Haiti as well.
Cool.
So
yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Sounds good. And I think Wuming would have insisted that you ride with us because she'd want to keep an eye on you, Nira, on the horse. So maybe while we break for lunch or something, I don't know. Wuming pulls Carnane.
Just assume at any time during the trip, it'll take half a day. You get to have these scenes.
Sounds good. Then in that case, maybe while we're riding, Carnane sort of pulls Boog off to the side, and close to where Wuming pulls Boog off to the side, close to where Carnane is, and says, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Absolutely.
Look, the only reason I am letting Haiti and that woman travel with us is because I want to keep an eye on both of them. And I only have so many eyes, Carnane. Can I count on you to keep Haiti safe?
Yep. Absolutely. I can do that. No problems. No guarantees for anyone or anything else, but Haiti? Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. And I know I already owe you a lot, but I guess you could put it on my tab.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I was gonna protect Haiti anyway, so don't worry about it.
Right, I'm just saying if the choice game came down to between Haiti and the merwoman, Haiti, okay?
Yeah, again, I was going to do that anyways, but
Okay.
I'll keep
Well,
it in mind.
glad we're on the same page. And that's all she wanted to talk about.
All right. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think Garnane's on board.
All right, and I believe Nira, you at some point wanted to have a chat with Haiti.
Yeah. So, question, real quick: is Haiti driving this thing, or is Nira? Because Nira does not know how to really ride a horse. So,
It's up to
I would think that yes, with our like I would know your naivety in certain things, so I kind of automatically I'll handle this near and as we when we first started writing.
yeah. So I think she's like, right behind, arm like holding on, because that's Haiti told her hold on. So she's holding like just the sides of her their pants or like the sides of their shirt because they don't know the wrap arm situation that you usually do. And she's like, as those two go off and talk, she leans in, she's like, what is Wu Ming? You know her quite well, don't you?
Well, honestly, I don't know if anyone can really know Wooming, if you know what I mean, but yeah. Yeah, she and I go kind of way back. We helped each other out.
Oh,
Why?
I see. She's quite stunning, and she's also quite I don't know. There's something about her that that
Whoa.
really.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, but doesn't really hold the horse like down because they're still traveling.
She touches the horse.
No, not you, Nira, not you.
Oh, okay.
That's just it's a phrase.
Oh,
Human being. Yeah. Yes.
okay.
But also what are you doing? You're supposed to wrap your arms around my waist. Like you could fall. Okay. Okay, not too tight, not too tight. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
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 Better? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. You just said, did you just say Wuming is, and I quote, stunning?
She is quite attractive, yes.
Ooh. What else do you think about her?
Well, I'm not quite sure. She gives me these feelings that I'm not quite sure what to do with because,
She gives you feelings. She gives you feelings. And it's just like humming this to themselves. And probably Neri has no idea what that obviously has no idea what that means.
that is quite a nice tune. You have a good voice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait. Okay. But is there anything else? Did you want me to introduce you? Did you want me? Do you know her? Have you ever?
I don't think I have. I don't think we've met. Maybe in passing, but
Because
I'm honestly not quite sure.
Because honestly, she you kind of gave her bad juju vibes when I was talking with her, and obviously I don't think so. You're great. You're my savior, Nira. But I was just wondering if you did know her, since she already. I mean, she has more bad juju vibes. Like you gave her more bad juju vibes than most people, and she usually gets bad juju vibes from like a lot of people.
Oh, I wonder why. That's fascinating. Well, I will just have to work harder to get her attention. Isn't that what people do? I saw it on another one of your TV stream, not yours, but I think I caught it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah.
That did it say is it that show where they try to help you like woo someone? Did they use that term, Nira? Woo to woo
Yes.
someone?
Yes, and I think that's why I like Wu Ming. Like maybe I don't know. If I say that, will I get hit? I feel like I get hit.
Um yeah, first, yes, don't say that to Wu Ming. You will
Okay.
definitely get a hit. But also and awkwardly like puts a hand on Nira's shoulder like as a comrade support like gesture and goes, Nira, I shall help you with this endeavor.
Oh, thank you so much. Because I have a lot of questions about these feelings that I'm having. So first off, and then she starts going into like more like she's like, I feel this heat raising in my chest, and she just starts going
Mhm.
deep, diving deep into those feelings
Mhm.
that
And
come on,
Hades
cut away
all
from
about
me.
it, just like, mm-hmm.
So it's a whole bunch of that, pretty much the whole right there.
And in their mind, Hades is thinking of like a spin-off show where it's like Nira like playing Cupid for Wu Ming, and is trying to see how that can connect with their current stream.
I have a question for Haiti, like as from like a character perspective. How does it Haiti feel about Nira's like I'm curious, like Nira's feelings as like a co-parent with Wu Ming?
I would say, well, at first instance, like Haiti was happy, like for Nira, because it's like, oh, they're experiencing some stuff. Yeah, total help. But I think as they kind of ride around, like, um, they do feel a sense of. It's like an odd mix of jealousy, but not. I think it's not to the, but it's jealousy, but only because of the fact that like, hey, we're co-parenting this this we're co-parenting Tim. I think the time is kind of past where if Haiti was attracted to Wu Ming or not, that kind of sailed because they felt like we've talked to each other enough by now to be like, oh yeah, we'd kill each other within like, yeah, like it wouldn't work love
Cool.
wise, but we're like, yeah, we're connected. We
Cool.
have that kind of relationship. So
Got it. Cool. Just wanted to ask. That's all.
yeah.
I love all these questions and relationship stuff and drama. With that, I will say that you have reached your destination. As you take in the sights, of which there are not very many, it is a very simple village that is up against what looks to be a natural forest of like marsh, swampy area that probably would not make very good agricultural land. So it's kind of like it's budding up, but kind of moving away from it, where they're having their fields and their agriculture and other stuff. And there is a very biggish lake kind of bordering the town and the swamp. It's kind of the start of this like marsh swamp area. And it's as if what you've all read is true. The water is dead. There is just floating fish all over this lake. It's as if all the oxygen in that water has just gone. It's like non-existent.
Mm.
Anything that had water or like any of the irrigated paddy fields that are there, the rice just looks the rice crops look withered. People are struggling to consume whatever water is available. They're trying to boil it. It's doing nothing. It's the people are drinking it for the sake of drinking it, but they almost grimace as they do. It doesn't taste good. But nothing. It color wise, there's nothing wrong with it. The water is dead. as you approach. Before you even talk to anyone, this is kind of the scene that you see. What do you do?
So I went near to hop off the horse, not gracefully, but she still lands on her feet, nonetheless. And she hops down and she looks around, and her hand touches the dirt and the water. And I kind of want her to do like a read a bad situation.
Yeah, you certainly can.
What is my numbers? Oh, this requires sharp. I forgot my character.
Are you
doesn't have
sharp? Heroes, not much between the ears there.
That's okay.
Nope.
You know, everyone's capable of doing it.
Oh, it is. This is true because I got an 11. Wait, no, I got a 10.
Oh, holy shit.
Damn!
Oh my
Nice.
god.
I rolled an
Damn.
11, but I have a -1 in sharp, so it's a 10.
All right, so you can hold 3, which can be spent on any of the questions that are given under the read a bad situation.
What's the best way to protect the victims? Which is, I guess, the villagers here.
Okay.
And the fish. Yeah, I guess anybody living here. It's my first question.
All right. So, the best way to protect the villagers here would be to find the source that of whatever it is that has basically sucked the life out of this water, for the lack of a better word.
Okay. Next question will be, what's the biggest threat?
The biggest threat seems to be for you because you have a connection to the water element plane and everything. The biggest threat seems to be somewhere deep in this marsh.
Okay. And my last one, I'm just gonna tuck it away for now.
Yeah, for sure. What does anybody else like to do? Or, hey, do you share this information?
I think she's starting to gather it, so if people want to do other things while
Okay.
she's
Yeah. What do the rest? What
Sure.
would the rest of you like to do?
I think Wu Ming also hops off Boo, keeping an eye on Nira. She walks over to the depressed looking villagers and begins to talk to them. So
Yeah.
who's the closest?
So the closest is, I will say, a man who is desperately trying to zhuzh up the water that is currently boiling on a pot, and there are 2 little children running around, kind of like, well, they're not running around happily, they're kind of just like running around to keep themselves occupied.
Sure.
He's in a lungi, which is like a kind of like a wrap. It's like a tube that you wear in wrap. And is wearing a very sort of like a tank top, plain cotton tank top, just because it's hot and muggy. And looks at you as you arrive.
Good evening.
Good evening. Are you are you here about the creature?
The creature. She pauses and glances at the rest of her party, then looks back at him. I'm here to help. I heard about what was happening here, and I'm here to lend a hand. Can you tell me what's going on?
Well, about a week ago, there was a stranger who came from the forest and was looked a little tired, looked a little wounded, and asked for a safe place to rest. And in return, they gave us they kind of trade. They had this very big staff. I think they must have been some sort of a mage or something. It was very long. It was made out of bone, and the top of the head, the top of, I don't know what creature it was, but it was a big creature, and it was very tapered and long, like a spear. But it was big, and it glowed. Whenever they would do some sort of a magic, like they helped they helped make the crop grow a little bigger, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. They cured a little. Anyways, we were helping, and then suddenly at night, this big creature came out of nowhere and just made a beeline for my hut and kind of points to, it looks like their hut is kind of a slightly better hut than everyone else, except it was. There's just this gaping hole, like this big 10-20 foot creature just trampled right through it. um and uh there's sort of, it looks like there's a couple of like spots of blood, and then kind of dripping in a pattern, like someone was being dragged somewhere. And then the stranger took off, and the creature followed, and the stranger was like, "I'm so sorry, I brought this to you," and just ran off. And then, if that wasn't enough, in the morning when we woke up, the water died.
Huh. And this was a week ago.
Yeah, it's like that monster just ate all the life in the water.
It does feel like that. And you said they went off to the forest together?
Yeah, and you kind of see a path, gigantic hole where trees would have been, of like something very girthy and humongous, kind of heading off into the swamp, marsh.
Thank you for your
forest.
time. And I'm going to think about like the bone staff and the description of this creature. Do I know what kind of creature it is? Do I have to roll for that? To maybe like investigate a mystery?
Yeah, that is a great use of investigate a mystery. If you would
Sounds
like to
good.
roll
That's
that.
sharp. Okay, that's a 4 plus 5. That is a 9 plus 1. That's a 10.
Oh, nice.
That is a 10. So I get to hold 2. I will
Yes.
ask, what sort of creature did this man describe?
Okay, just from the description of like the maw, the size, the girth, and everything, it sounds like a very, very gigantic crocodile.
What
Like
what seems
it's
to be
not
the
it's not normal
Mhm.
sized. It's big.
Cool. And does it seem to be like similar to the skull that was on the staff?
The skull, yeah, it looks kind of similar. Little
Okay.
smaller, perhaps.
Interesting.
The skull
Okay.
is smaller than the creature.
Sure. Then my second question from the list is, what can hurt it?
You think, based on the fact that if your suspicions are right from the description of everything that's there, uh, it is some sort of maybe water elemental died, because usually creatures that big tend to be more divine, perhaps more elemental. And whatever, I guess, hurts water, and you think probably fire, perhaps.
Okay. Sounds good. And maybe,
Something,
yeah,
dehydration is the key here.
dehydration. Got it, to like burn it out or salt it maybe. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's what wooming does if Carnane or Nira, the two of you, have other stuff.
I kind of have an idea for Carnane. For he kind of starts investigating this thing, and he basically ignores the people. He doesn't think like after Wu Ming gets him finds the first lead off of one of the people. He doesn't think there's much he's going to be able to get them to tell him, and instead he starts looking at like the tracks on the way it went out of town, like the lake, and he grabs one of the dead fish out of the lake, starts just kind of munching on it as he's looking around, and he's trying to figure out, do
It
I
tastes
know?
salty. This
He
is a
grabs a
freshwater
couple
lake.
more.
This is
He
a
grabs a
freshwater
couple
lake,
more.
and it tastes salty. And these are
Good to
freshwater
know.
fish. Like,
That's weird.
salty.
excellent to know. Yeah, he kind of keeps munching on that, decides he likes it, doesn't really think, maybe I should tell this to someone else quite yet. And he's looking at the tracks this thing left on the way out, and he's trying to see, A, if there's like something he can discern about it, but more importantly, does he know some? Is this something he's run into before? Or is this something akin to him? He's kind of trying to figure out, is this something he might already know about by looking at its tracks and the like. And that is a 3 minus 1 for a 2 on investigating. To investigate a mystery. So that is 0 holds, and the monster figures out what something about me, which I guess means you get to ask me some questions, which I have to answer.
Okay, so A, you think you remember something, but right now it's just not jogging your memory. It may come to you later.
All right.
2, uh, do you emit being a summoned creature? Is there some sort of a aura or some sort of a thing that you emit or exude, or that maybe other divines might be sensitive to?
Um. Yeah, I think so. Garnain definitely feels like unholy on some level to be around if you're some sort of divine creature or otherwise unnatural. It's easy to tell like this shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be around. And I think part of like he's not the cleanest eater, and some of that probably leaks as he's kind of just chomping down on some fish.
Yeah, so as you kind of investigate, you think you might sense some presence in the marsh, but you also feel quite sure they sense you.
Noted. And once again, just not going to tell anyone that. Um, just gotta kind of not note that. And I think that's about what Garnain feels down for to investigate at the moment.
Yeah, and Haiti, is there anything you're doing while everyone's kind of gone into the investigative uh separation?
Um, well, considering what Haiti does on stream, they kind of went the same route. So I'm assuming they're getting the same information. But they started off by the lake and was just looking at the water and kind of just recording and saying their thoughts out loud. And also asking in villagers if it's okay that, first of all, if it's okay that they are being recorded, and then kind of talking with them.
Quite
But
a few of them have no idea what you're talking about the recording. They're just like, so you're writing things down?
yes, yeah, a very, very fast way of living things down. But if you're okay with that, is that okay? People will know about the information you say.
And they'll send someone to fix it?
Well, actually, that's what my friends and I are here for. We're just trying to get all the information, and I usually
There's a little
write
kid
this.
now trying to grab the butterfly.
Oh, wait! Ha ha ha! The butterfly is flitting away. Um, that's kind of that was very expensive and took a lot of time for me to make. But uh, yeah. So do did you wanna? Was there anything you wanted to say, or say something? And like, they're Hades kneeling down, so they're kind of eye to eye with the child.
The fish is salty.
The fish is salty. Wait, isn't this a lake? It shouldn't be salty, right? That's
Yeah, when the water died, The fish were salty.
Huh. Just and like kind of looks at the water.
Still tastes bad.
Are you still drinking the what? Are you still drinking the salty water?
The
Where
water's
where do
not.
you...
Well, the water's kind of salty, but it tastes bad.
Yeah, I bet it tastes bad.
And as you look at the water, usually when you see dead lakes, you'd see algae blooming or something of that sort. Nothing. It's crystal clear. Just dead.
Can think Haiti would can Haiti I kind of want to scoop some of the water and just kind of see if like there's any texture difference at all, or if there's any, if like
It
even
looks
just
like
touching it
clear
is any different.
water, but it has a bit of like, like the salt from brine sort of smell. But
Yeah.
it's crystal clear, which is also unusual because usually seawater has a lot of stuff in it, sand or, stones or whatever. It's crystal clear like fresh water, but it's salty and briny.
Haiti kneels down again and goes, "Hey, is there any other water areas around here? Is it just this lake?"
And the kid just points at the marsh.
Does anyone go there a lot?
Well, no, because there's these people that come and say that we shouldn't be pillaging the land with farming, and that nature, we need to be better with nature.
So you're sure no one's been there? Not even
Then-
for a dare? Not even some of your friends?
And
It's okay, you can tell me.
kind of just puts heads down, kind of looks at Dad and goes, "No."
Hey, it's okay. I'm a friend. I was a kid too, Got into all sorts of trouble.
And they still do. Wu Ming sort of strides
What?
up. Haiti, Carnane's taken off into the marsh. I think we should follow.
Ah. And then looks down at the kid and says, "See?" And winks at them. "What did I tell you? Trouble." And then kind of just goes up and well, kind of thank you for telling me all that information. And then just kind of nods to Wu Ming and like, I guess we gotta go.
Wu Ming pauses to look at the kid after you say trouble, Haiti, and says, yes, trouble. Be careful. Stay away from the marsh. You could die. Get ripped to pieces."
Whoa! And then like kind of goes towards the child and without even asking covers their ears. Wu Ming, this is the second time.
What? I'm just trying to tell them what they need to look out for.
It's like, what is it? Good parent, bad parent?
Yeah, good cop, bad cop. Yeah.
I love
And
it.
just kind of let's just go and just
Okay. Sort of like looks
Tries to-
a little embarrassed. Yeah.
just tries to take Wu Ming away from the child to prevent further trauma.
Totally. Come on, Boog.
Yeah. So where's
Nira?
Nira was like at the lake and sort of like, I guess once she sees Corning starting to like go off, she's gonna start following because she knows like, that's the feeling of where things are going. And I kind of want to use my last hold.
Sure.
Are there any other dangers that we haven't noticed?
Are there any other changes that you haven't noticed?
Any other dangers we haven't noticed?
Oh, dangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice as you're starting to kind of gather and head into the forest that it seems to be that the path that is there are these little kind of like wilted patches, like as if someone was firing something off and missed. So there is some sort of magic being employed that takes away from the life around it, almost like a corrupting or defiling magic.
Okay. That's great. That's cool. But Nira's like, huh. And just keeps following Kareem. Like just
All right. So as you start following the tracks into the marsh, I'm assuming all of you are going together.
Yes. Before we go in, is there any way I can like grab some salt and maybe some flint and like fire starters from like the people in the village?
You probably have those supplies unless you want very
Great.
specific ones.
No, I'm just trying to get like maybe lots of salt and lots of fire starters.
They don't have they have a little bit of salt for seasoning, but considering that this was, they just point at the lake and be like, "That's where we get salt now." If he wants,
Got
salt.
it. Cool. Then no worries. I think I'm good then.
Yeah. So as you all start heading into the forest and everything, we're going to cut to basically the start of our thing, where you reach a somewhat temporary clearing that has been made by this gigantic body of a crocodile, and you see this willowy stranger with this big spear that was described, glowing with this kind of blue, dark bluish, like almost like a water. Sometimes you've seen Nira when Nira does anything that might be divinely inspired. There's a similar kind of a feel, except it's not. It's fluid, it's liquid, it's viscous, but it's almost like oil. Like it's thick, it's black, there's something off about it. It's like the color of midnight, a dark bluish, blackish color. And you see this crocodile snarl and growl in a language that you can't quite get, and turns to you, and basically all the things that happen to you happen. And now we're back to the present, where this crocodile and this stranger with a gigantic spear are in this fray, and everyone's fighting.
Excellent. And we pretty much cut to where we were with
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's start with the person who's in the mouth of the crocodile. I feel, Carnane, before you take another move, that the growl and the speaking, you recognize it as some form of divine speak, saying, "How dare you?"
Oh,
Before
come
the
on,
fight started.
buddy.
No, not at you, at the stranger with the spear.
Oh.
How dare you? She is mine.
Look, buddy, I'm gonna need a bit more than that to turn around on the stabby stab. Any chance I could get, I don't know, some sort of explanation here? Eh? Eh? And, I think I'm going to be trying to use manipulate someone on a monster, because I can do that, with the thing that I have, like, you know, the incentive I am offering. If you can explain things pretty well to me, maybe I won't start stabbing you in the roof of the mouth. You know,
And
maybe?
is this your freak? Are you using, or are you just able to speak without having to use
Yeah.
freak?
That is freakish. Yeah, I'm using freakish for this. It is. You can use manipulate someone
Okay.
on monsters that can reason and talk,
It
but they
does.
always want something really bad.
I believe when you use it, it also means that you are using a luck point. Or is it just you're able to talk to monsters?
That's to interact with normal people.
Okay.
And make them trust me, if I'm reading this correctly.
All right. So
it's a separate clause from the rest of it.
Yeah. Okay. Then all right. 1 second. Yeah, so roll and manipulate someone.
All right. And this is the other thing Garnane is bad at, charm. So, this is going to go great. Okay, so that's a 5 down to a 4. The dice aren't treating Garnane great. Let me just look at the manipulate someone move before I decide if I want to use luck on this. I offend or anger the target. That feels perfect, actually. So yeah, I think hey, come on. Little bit of an explanation here, and maybe I don't commence with the stabbing. And I have pissed off the giant crocodile.
And you just hear a growl and a voice that says, "I owe you nothing, insect." And
Ooh, that's
proceeds
rude.
to chomp. So I believe take 3 harm.
Holy shit.
Excellent. So I take 1 harm because I am very, very durable. And so that brings me to... So it chomps down, and the flesh on Garnane parts pretty easy, but when the teeth kind of come back up, there's carapace underneath, and he doesn't seem that perturbed by it. All right, note to self. I thought it was great opening strength and terrible bite strength. Other way around.
You see your companion get cracked open like a walnut, but doesn't look too worse for wear.
Can we understand what this thing's saying, or is it only speaking in a way that Garnane can understand?
Garnane and Nira actually can understand. If you have studied divine languages, perhaps you might be able to, but right now, in the second, without time to parse what is being said, you do not know. And
Okay,
Nira,
sounds
you
good.
do actually hear what is being said in a guttural voice of, when you first arrived, said, "How dare you, she is mine." And then the, I owe you nothing, insect, and chomp.
Question, real quick. Who said that? Did the crocodile say that?
The
or
crocodile said those.
Okay.
Okay. Wu Ming strings another arrow on her bow, and she's trying to aim it at the crocodile's eye, and I think she lights the tip of the arrow on fire with some of the flint that she'd gotten, and it's wet with oil. But she calls out to the person wielding the spear staff, says, "Hey, put that thing down! I don't know what you're playing at, but you're getting innocent people hurt."
I'm not innocent.
I'm not talking about you, Garnane.
Oh, that's fair.
All right, so which do you want to resolve first? The arrows or the conversation?
I'm trying to maybe get a quick 1-2, if they want to respond maybe, and then depending on their response, I'll either shoot the arrow or try to manipulate them.
Okay, so when you say that, the person basically says, "You don't know what you're playing at. This is between me and them."
I say, "Your funeral," and I let the arrow fly.
Where? In which direction?
At the person. But I'm trying to not kill them, but maybe nail them in the shoulder. Or
Okay.
try to get the hand that's holding the spear, so they'll drop it.
Okay. Then
Kick
I
some
believe-
ass.
Kick
Kick
some
some
ass.
ass. Kick
Yes.
some ass. Kick some
Kick
ass.
some
it
ass.
is
Kick some ass. Okay, do I get anything? Okay, not yet. All right, that is a 4. Okay, that was a sideways, so I'll roll it again. +5, that is a 9. +1, that is a 10.
Yes.
I'm rolling well.
So you inflict harm and also grab. You basically swap blows. However, you get to choose an extra effect on a 10
Yes.
plus.
Yes, so with my composite recurve bow, it is 4 harm far.
Ooh, woof. Okay, and what is? Oh, so that's your extra thing.
No, that's just my base damage.
Okay.
I took
What is
4
the
harm
extra?
far.
Sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah, On a 10 plus, the extra effect I'm choosing, I will force them where I want them. And I'm
Okay.
trying to interpret that as I'm trying to make them drop their weapon. I'm gonna force them
Okay,
into,
yes.
if that is okay.
100%. Yeah.
Great.
So I'd like you to take, I will say, based on kind of just the surprise blow and whatever, you mark down 2 harm.
Okay, I'm wearing leather armor, so that will reduce that by 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so how
now,
are they hurting me?
They were essentially, you see like this tip of like a ball of energy that was forming that was going to be aiming at the creature. When you hit them with the arrow, they reflexively hit back at you. So the magic that was going to go to this crocodile now got and ended up sent to you.
Oh, they were aiming at the creature. Okay, Wu Ming is taken aback by that. And yeah, as this ball of what is it? Is it like death energy?
It's
that like we were noticing?
as you get hit, basically chest, like center chest. You feel a force of like a force pushback, and you are taken aback a little bit. But the thing you feel is like you feel like your life is kind of being leached out of you very momentarily. You feel very dehydrated suddenly. You feel very like whatever life is in your cells and your pores and you is, and you notice that the leather armor, the place where it got hit, cracks a little bit. It's still effective and you get the benefit of it, but it's like as if it's been dried out.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
You
I think
definitely need to repair it later. It'll do the job, but if you continue without repairing it later on,
right, it'll break.
It'll break.
Sure, that makes sense. Cool. I think Boog like rears back from it, and I manage to stay on, and I'm whoa, Boog, it's okay. Wait, you're trying to kill this thing? I thought you were controlling it.
And yeah, so as they take the 4 and drop the staff, it's like, fool, you know nothing of magic. Why all of you adventurers just come and meddle where you don't know where to meddle.
The townspeople said you brought this onto them. Explain yourself or die.
And and they say, I do not have to explain myself to you, lady.
Lady.
And,
cool. I think that's all I can do on my turn.
Yeah, and who else wants to take a turn as this exchange happens?
I think since Nira's probably near Haiti, I think she's like pushing Haiti back so she's out of the way of the crocodile and
especially after asking, how do you feel?
Yeah, pretty much all that. And would my senses go off with the crocodile or the so person with the staff has the necromancy death mage sort of vibes, and this is a divine creature that's sucking up all the water. Is that correct? Or
well, that's what the villagers told you.
Okay,
that's what the villagers assume is going on. Yeah.
Yeah. This is not necessarily what the villagers have said.
I think her attention is going to go to someone with the magic, because that magic should not exist in this world. That's
bad juju.
Bad
juju.
times. And I think she's gonna look at the person standing there. She's like, "You think we don't know what magic is? You don't think I know what magic is? Mortal, let me show you what it is."
Hey, that's badass. Wu Ming looks as you say this.
And I think I think as she raises her hands to like wave them around, the coral armor starts appearing on her body. So like starts like just forming and like disappearing like all over her and covering her curtsy and like her pants and stuff. It's just this like, like a coral reef is very colorful and like various like sizes and just like have the brutally like off bits and whatnot. That's pretty much just like what's going on. And I think she's going to twirl her trident around and like twirl it and like slam the button on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna do some magic.
Yeah, you are.
The bad thing is I don't have any weird. This character is the worst. I just realized.
It's okay. I mean,
Um,
oh wait, whoever got below 6 in your roll so far, please mark an experience.
yes,
each
Oh, I
time.
have.
I put it in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Morgan
like,
was reminding people.
I was like, get your experience at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to use some magic where I'm gonna use whatever water is around to like hopefully like force into their mouth and into their lungs. Oh, go ahead.
Is it? I was just wondering, to help another hunter out, is that something like I can do like currently as Nira kind of explains what they're going to do, or is that something separately? Honestly, I've never seen someone use help out in Monsters of the Week, so
help out is okay. So yeah, you can basically it's up to you to describe how you help, but if you want to help someone out, you help. And it's basically if you roll poorly, you kind of help them, but you can also expose yourself to the
Right.
danger.
Okay. Nira, sorry for interrupting, Nira, but yeah,
Okay.
you can just continue, and then like I just wanted to put that out there that I would like Haiti to help out.
Yeah, I think she's trying to like force the water into their nose, up in their nose and into their mouth, just to fill them with the dead water that they've been filling the villagers here with.
Yeah. So how about using some magic?
Yeah. That's a 6.
All right.
Did you still want to help Heidi?
Yes.
Yeah, I
remember-
do.
Remember, aside from all of this, you do have luck points, which essentially either let you take
Oh. You know
I
what?
I have
Let's use a luck
Tim right
point.
now, basically clawing my elbow.
Let's use a luck point because I want to show the viewers our luck points.
All right.
Ooh.
So you basically we consider
Fancy.
that a 12 on the die, which means you get the same effects. And yeah, so now there's a little emoji on your player character basically saying you've used a luck point.
This is fine. This is okay.
Yeah.
This is,
And then
yeah.
there's a writer to it, which we will deal with later. But please, describe to me how you succeed incredibly with using your magic. I believe since it's a 12 plus, the keeper will offer you some added benefit, and you get to pick from the effects that are there. And the
Okay.
magic works without issue.
And I think what I said works, where the water starts filling into their body,
They
like
start
through their nose.
gagging, and I'm gonna say that is enough to defeat them, given the four harm they took previously. Haiti, how do you help in this?
Consider knowing Haiti, we not sure how helpful it would be, but
Or would you like to do something else? You can choose to do something else instead.
Well, Haiti doesn't
Oh,
help
no.
anymore because I did use my luck point, so they can.
Oh,
do-
okay.
Yeah.
Did I want to do anything? I mean,
but let's while you decide what you're doing, let us resolve Nira's turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah. They start now gagging and choking. Do you stop them enough that they faint, or do you actually kill them?
I don't think Nira know. Well, I think once they pass out, I think Nira thinks she solved the problem, so she's gonna stop then.
Okay.
Because she doesn't really know mortal capacities of water.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we will leave the
while you're
fate undecided then.
Mhm. Can we say that, Nira, while you're choking this person with water, like Wu-Ming sees and says, "Wait, that's enough. Stop."
And I think
Like,
with
is, like,
that,
trying to.
yeah, I think once she gets recognized, she does. She just lifts it up and as soon as she lifts the trident off the ground, it just stops. All the water in the air that was falling, coming towards them, just like falls to the ground.
Cool.
And
But she has like this like expression on her face, like, okay, just like calm, collected, just. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, hey Haiti, what are you up to?
Is the crocodile still around? Or no?
Yes, still around.
Because it's the crocodile, and it's so far it's Wooming and Nira kind of hanging out with Spear person.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Okay. I would like to. Well, Haiti is still in the crocodiles area and kind of still in their face because they were still trying to ask questions. Where they're from, how did they get that size? But I think they're in the moment, like they don't really realize the shit that they're in right now. So I want to, since it's not answering apparently, and
well, it currently has a Carnane-sized bite in its mouth.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Carnane. So still asking questions like what's your daily intake? Carnane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Still alive?
No, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, little bit up, but doing okay.
Okay. And Haiti will just last minute take out one of their it's like a multi-tool, but one of the thingamajiggers is like a knife, and we'll just try to stab the eye, try to stab one of the crocodile's eyes.
Yeah, that's a 10-foot climb there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try, yeah. Haiti will definitely try.
That is probably kicking some ass there.
Okay. And of course it's tough, which is a bad stat for me.
I just love that all of you are doing moves that are intuitive to what your character would do, regardless of whether it's something your character's good at.
Look, we're just playing our characters.
Yep.
That's all you want to play,
baby.
I love it.
Okay, so I rolled a 7 minus 1, so it's 6.
Well, mark off experience.
Wait, can I try to help out here?
Sure.
Well, can Carnane help out?
We're just gonna help
Carnane
because we fail so hard.
Creature and distracting it pretty aggressively. Oh.
I don't believe there's any sort of or maybe there is, but I always read the books cover to cover. I'm just gonna say that all of you can help one situation once, so the both of you can help, and we're gonna just quickly resolve it because we are getting close to time. So how? Just roll me the help out, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Both of us, or just one of us?
If you both want to help, you certainly can. If you decide you would rather let one help over the other, then that's fine too.
I was planning to help out just because this seems like a situation where Carnane would be really good at helping out and is kind of perfectly poised to it.
I'll also help because I feel like it would be in Wooming's character to do so. So she's just gonna say, "Haiti," and try to launch an arrow to support fire.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see. 2. I got an 8. I have tough +2. I get a 10+.
It's actually a cool move, unless you took something that changes it to tough.
Protect someone? Oh,
help out, right?
Help out.
Yeah.
So, there we are. I see. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
So I got an 8. -1, I believe. Yes, for a 7.
That's funny. I got a 4 plus 3, which is a 7.
Okay, so you both grant a +1, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger, which means what is your final roll now, Haiti?
Sorry. So total right now, my roll was 6, and that includes my minus tough.
Okay, so now it's an
Um,
8.
Okay.
We will
I still
resolve
get
how
yeah.
you all yeah, so please describe to me how you inflict your 1 harm.
You know what? It makes sense because it's just a little like doodly doo. But okay, so Haiti is was starts like quickly climbing the crocodile, and is just like the crocodile's probably too focused on chewing Carnane and trying to digest him. But just when finally, maybe just being maybe out of not being physically fit enough, just too tired, but has the knife and just tries to, like, with all their, once they get like near the snout area, and just goes ah! And just stabs like right in the eye.
Yeah, it does penetrate, but not in a meaningful way of like perhaps blinding or something of that sort. It's
Yeah,
an
maybe like
ouchie.
the eyelid is kind of like a
Yeah,
tougher hide, so maybe it kind
yeah,
of glances that, so
yeah.
it kind
So
of protected
it's an
the eye.
ouchie. It's an ouchie that gets its attention, and gets its attention at all 3 of you, and kind of just roars and shakes you all off, and spits Carnane out. You all take
Excellent.
2 harm in this process.
So I take 0 harm.
Yep.
Excellent. So Cardane, I think, kind of goes through a tree and then hits the next tree and stops and walks off. Kind of just walks it off as he stands up. All right. So are we like finishing this or running, or like was the other guy the problem? I'm going to be honest. I kind of lost track at some point.
And
I think.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, sure. I think Wooming is thrown off Boog by this thing's thrashing, and she hits a tree and like slumps down. And Boog is tough, but temperamental, and this is a scary situation. So Boog sort of like spooks and flees out of danger. But Wooming shouts to Carnane, "We finish this. Spare the man, kill the thing."
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And can I cast a spell and then kick some ass, or is it like one at a time? Strictly?
It's one or the other at this point for just the sake of time. But before that happens, you see this gigantic crocodile launch forward towards the man and the spear, and tries to swallow them both up at the same time. Doesn't look like they're trying to chomp and kill, just basically grab and run. You're muted. Meats.
I forget
Yeah.
which one it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Since I'm close to the man, can I try to run and at least grab the spear before? I don't care about the man. I care about the spear. The spear is interesting.
If you do, you might get chomped in place of man, if you're okay with that.
You know what?
You get the sense this crocodile is after the spear more than anything.
And you know what? I am also after the spear because I'm curious about that thing. So, I will try to do. Can I act under pressure?
Yes, you may.
Okay, cool. And I have +2, cool. So I can actually do a thing for once. Watch me fail this roll. 7.
All right. You is going to give you. I'm going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. So the question is, before I do that, what were you planning on doing?
I was going to grab the spear.
Okay. You can either, at this point, I will stick to that thing of the person going inside the maw is either yourself or the man. You get to choose.
Oof. That is a hard choice.
If you and it is choosing whether you want to grab the spear or not. If you do, you go in the maw. If you don't, you save the man.
So hold on. If I choose to go in the maw, I save the man.
Oh,
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Sorry,
yes,
I was
sorry.
like, wait a second, hold on. Yeah.
My bad. That's what I meant.
Okay. You know what? Chow time, boys.
Oh my god.
and I think Nira's gonna be like, no, I want to see how this plays out.
And the man gets chowed with the spear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
So you see, for a moment, you were really close. You were going to grab that spear. As you do, you get the sense of familiarity, but also almost like, no, you shouldn't be touching this. You think bad things will happen if you touch this. And you decide what you decide. And the maw goes directly over the man, completely whole, and the spear. And the creature starts taking off. For now, we are essentially out of combat. And also, I think this is a good place to stop and see where it goes for next episode.
Cool.
So I just imagine, so I can just imagine this 20-foot crocodile just like chomp and then just like waddles away, like, and we're just like, what the?
I was gonna eat that.
And with that, we will do our end of session. That is there for Monster of the Week, because that'll give you extra experience. So we together answer a couple of questions, and if you get 1 or 2 yeses, you all get to mark 1 experience. If you get 3 or 4 yeses, you get to mark 2. So, did we conclude the current mystery?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
No.
Definitely no.
You're right.
What?
The next question, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yep.
Yeah. Giant crocodiles will steal
Yes.
the lunch you were planning to sneak if you aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
And then last question, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes, we learned that Nira has a crush on.
Oh,
Look, you
but
don't know
we
about
already knew
that.
that. We already knew that as players.
But did the characters know that?
The characters
No.
definitely didn't. Haiti
I
definitely
do
did.
now.
That's
Yes.
true. That's true.
All
We
right.
also know that Corin can't really be chomped on too well, so we know that he's a
Yes,
chewy
our name
boy.
is
Digestible,
incredibly
yeah.
durable.
Mhm.
All right. And then with that, I believe you all get to mark an extra experience. And I'm just quickly going around
Hey.
checking. How's your experience counter going?
I'm at 3. I'm most of the way to a thing.
Yeah. So in Monster of the Week, for those who are not familiar with the game, and similar to a lot of PBTA games, if you get 5 experience, you get to immediately level up by taking advanced moves, which could be either a stat boost, another playbook move, or whatever is listed under the playbook for advanced moves. And we can get to that when. So nobody has enough to advance, essentially. But soon, who knows?
Soon.
With that, we will now go around once more and let the players introduce themselves one more time. And yeah, let's just go counterclockwise. So we'll start with Morgan.
Hello, I am Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her interchangeably. I just played Nira the Divine. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bastos. The next thing I will be doing is Apocalypse Keys Season 2 on actual play. We are bringing back I think we're bringing back our old characters. I don't know. We're still figuring things out, figuring how it's working. But check us out there on Wednesday. Past that, you can find me on Kids on Brooms, Donuts and Duels here on Huetopia. You can find me at Game at a Glance here on Huetopia, and a bunch of other places. Just follow me on Twitter. It's a lot easier. Whose turn is it? Goopo's?
Yeah.
I think it is I. Hello, I'm Gemma, but I usually go by Kupo around Kupos around the internet. My pronouns are they them, and I played Haiti the Snoop. You can find me here on Huetopia. Sundays of was it? Well, it's 4 p.m. my time, but yeah, you can catch me here well, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, for more Kahaaniyaan. I had a super fun time for the first episode. You can catch me on stream on my own channel at Kupo Night, KUPO_KNIGHT here on Twitch. I stream story-driven games ranging from JRPGs to like indie adventure type games. As long as it has a good story, I'm down. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, and you can also find me on Twitter at KUP0KNIGHT, Kupo Night. Next was it Bashir?
Bashir.
Yes, I believe I'm next. I am Bashir Gauss. You can find me at Bashir Gauss on Twitter. I don't believe I have any streams or anything like that coming up, but I am on the Southlands Kickstarter from Kobold Press, and the Map is Not the Territory Kickstarter from that was done independently, both of which should have their products coming out over the next, I think, few months. I'm not entirely sure on the timelines.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Connie.
Hey everybody, my name's Connie, my pronouns are they, he, and she. I have been Wooming the Professional. When I'm not here in Kahaaniyaan, you can find me on Twitter at @byConnieChong. I am also a professional GM for Magpie Games Curated Play Program, so if you want to play Masks with me in April, sign up for that. I am finally, last but not least, the GM and executive producer behind Transplanar RPG, which is an all-transgender, people of color-led, 100% homebrewed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition livestream actual play campaign set in an original non-colonial anti-Orientalist world. New episodes stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. US Central Time, and I'm currently working on converting that to a podcast for a more listener-friendly experience, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at Transplanar RPG. And I'll pass things back to Mariam.
Yeah, and I am Mariam. You can find me on Twitter at media_junkie. You can usually find me here on Huetopia, lurking, or facilitating this game. And also, I am the GM of the Musafirs, and we recently announced our Season 2 cast, and we will be recording shortly with some episodes. I'm super excited. And oh gosh, there's so many things, but Twitter's the best place to find out all the things I'm doing. And with that, because this is bi-weekly, we will see y'all back on March 21st, and hopefully there will be some extra surprises for the audience, and I'm excited for that, but we're gonna keep that a little secret for now until that happens. With that, I'm going to move us over to the transition screen, and if you stick around, we will be just a little moment while I get the raid going. We will be raiding Benita, who is a wonderful POC variety gamer. I had a mukbang early in January. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so thank you, and we will see you in 2 weeks.